All right. Oh no. Where am I? Where am I? Where? Oh, there we go. All right. Hopefully you can all see me and you can all hear me. I'm gonna sound check real quick. So when you jump on, you're gonna be able to see us. This one sound check, just real quick, real quick. Oh no. Yes. Okay. There we go. That's good. That's good. So everybody can hear me. What's up? Welcome to Just Takes Five live edition. So we are starting now. So hopefully the people, they'll come on. They'll come on. Hopefully, it is time for everybody to go ahead and jump jump on. Oh no. Oh no, I went to the wrong one there. So all right, so go ahead and when people start getting on and viewing, we'll start talking and we'll start doing some things and stuff. And so if not, I'm just gonna stay here. I'm gonna hang out. I got a little drink here. I'm gonna give him a little drink here. Have a little drink. What do I got? I got some Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Energy. It's got in it guarana, B vitamins, and caffeine. So I mean, the last one is pretty much the only thing I know. But yes, we are live right now. We are live right now. So we're just waiting, waiting for people to get on here. I'm sure they are down busting down the door right now to get on. So and if nobody gets on, that's okay, because we will have a little bit of fun anyway. I didn't do a regular Just Takes Five this week because I have some special announcements and some things that I want to talk about. So we're gonna do. Excuse me, because I know I'm gonna burp right here. Coco always does that. Yes. Wow. That's pretty crazy. So, but I do. So I've got some awesome things I want to talk about. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that's around me as well. We might play the guitar. Who knows? Some of it will just depend on who gets on. That's gonna be kind of the big thing. Hopefully, if people are having trouble getting on, they get a hold of me and message me. But when you do get on, go ahead and say something in the comments down. I almost said down below because it's typically what you say, but there are no comments down below. So anyway, so when you get on, go ahead and shoot me out a question, a message, or something else like that. But whether you're watching this right now or you're watching this later, which majority of people do, I just want to say that the idea of Just Takes Five came to me a long time ago. It was actually back when COVID kind of first hit. So I'm a teacher by trade. Actually, I'm a lot of different things by trade, but I'm definitely a teacher by trade. And anybody who knows me knows that I love to teach. I love to educate students of all kinds. It doesn't matter if it is young kids in the preschool realm, which I've done, junior high kids, elementary kids. None of that matters. If it's adults or high schoolers, college kids, I've kind of taught them all. I've kind of done it all. And the awesome thing though is that what some of you guys might not know is that's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't want to teach for the rest of my life. That's not my end goal. I talk a lot about goals, but that's not my end. That's not my end goal. In fact, sorry guys, I'm gonna adjust the light just a little bit. I feel like wait, it's this one. Is it that one? Yeah, I think it's that one. That one might. I just feel like there's a shadow on my face, and now maybe there won't be. But so anyway, let's see if that helped anything. Yeah, because it's not that one, and so there. So anyway, so that's a lot better though. Now I don't have the shadow on my face. Um, so with that said though, so I don't people who really know me know that my ultimate goal is to do a couple different things. One of the things is this: to motivate people, to help people achieve um, through means that are not extreme. It's nothing that we don't already have. That when we were born, it's nothing that we weren't given to that we weren't given by God. And I think that's the difference between what I really want to put out there, and maybe kind of what some of the other motivational type speakers have that are out there. Because see, I believe that we are given our talents and our abilities from God, and I'll just share this with you. So when I was younger, I really had this idea in my head that if I didn't use my talents for God, that He was going to take them away from me. And I was pretty young when I kind of thought that way, and I don't really think that so much anymore. There still is a little bit of a fear, I guess, kind of in there, but not really. The way that I think now is why wouldn't I? If he gave them all of those talents to me, why wouldn't I use them? And so I said the same thing to you. He has given you so many talents and so many abilities. Why wouldn't you use them? Why wouldn't you strive to make them the greatest that they can be? Those types of things. Now, granted, I'm talking about different levels here, right? I'm not saying that if you love singing, that you necessarily can't be happy with just singing on Sunday morning, or that you can't just be happy with singing at and acting at a local theater. I'm not saying that you have to be some big movie star and that's the only way you're going to be happy. Those aren't the types of things that I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is a lot of us, we get to the point to where we don't even try. When I was younger, and I say this all the time, I talked about this just a couple of videos ago, that I was told when I was younger that I could be anything I wanted to be. And when I sit in the school system now, and I look at some of these younger kids, that's not being said. What's being said is, no, this is who you are. And we have so many personality tests and so many other different types of things that we look at that. We look at, well, through statistics, it shows that you are this type of person, or you would be best at this type of job. Those types of things, and that's crazy. When I look back at so many of the famous people who have overcome different things, whether it was because back in the day they were told that they couldn't do something because, the one that always comes up is people talk about how, Einstein failed, and I don't remember what it was, but he failed math, or he failed science. I guess that would make sense. He failed science. That he failed science when he was younger or something like that. And he overcame it. We've seen multiple times throughout history where people have been told that they are this type of person, yet they end up being so much more successful, and so much more, so much more remembered because they overcame those types of things. And guess what, though? That talent and that passion that they'd had for a long time. They'd had since birth. They didn't get that passion because somebody told them that they couldn't do it, or that those types of things. No, that wasn't it. They were born with that passion. So what is your passion? What are your dreams? I'm a dreamer. I'm someone who loves imagination, right? I think Barney the dinosaur and I were probably great friends because he had those kids use their imagination. Majority of the things that I have thought up, whether it be the children's books that I do, or the animations that I come up with, or just even, gosh, ask any of my students, the crazy things I do when it comes to teaching, have all been through my imagination, through the ideas and things that are in my head. Then I'm like, yes, by golly, this is something I want to do. This is something I'm passionate about. This is something that brings me joy. This is something that I have fun with, that I enjoy, those types of things. And, I hate to say it, guys, and as much as I'm okay with the end of my life coming eventually, and me seeing my Lord and Savior, I want to do as much as I can while I'm here, because I love this place. I love this place. My little girl, as I see her coming along, and she continues to get better at different things. She continues to try new things. She continues to struggle with certain things. She continues, day by day. There's joy in every day, in the smallest of things, and the excitement of something new. Although there's some fear, there's this excitement of something new. She wants to do as much as she can, learn as much as she can, find out about as much as she can. She's curious about as much as she can. That's awesome. That's something that we're not supposed to lose once we hit high school, or once we hit college, or once we, get into the workforce and get a job, working the 9 till 5. That's not something that we're supposed to lose. Now, I'm not saying that we should just be, an oaf that lays on the couch all day and does nothing. That's not what I'm saying. But man, I follow a lot of people on a lot of social media sites and stuff where they had been maybe doing something for a very long time, but that wasn't their passion. And then they find their passion, and guess what? That just changes everything. A lot of times it's thrown into our head that, we need a good home and a good family and a good job, so that way we can provide, and that way, and that's true. There is a lot of truth to that. But if you do all of those things and you lose your soul, or you're just unhappy every single day, what is that about? That's not, man, that's just sad. And truly, I mean that. Like that just makes me sad to think about that. So instead of just being a downer this whole entire time, that is what Just Takes 5 is about, right? It's about giving you just a little taste of skills, or a little taste of things that we can do to help pull us out of the place that maybe we're at, or to help us to take the next step, or to give us some encouragement to finally do something we've been wanting to do for a really, really long time. That's Just Takes 5. And in the busy world that we're in, it's 5 minutes long. It's your weekly encouragement to get out there and do some things. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's serious. But that's what this is about, because I can't. There's something in me that I can't not say these things to people. I can't not tell you how incredible you are, just because you're you. Just because you were made. That makes you incredible. That makes you different than anybody else. It intrigues me, right? When I see people walking, down the street, or somebody passes me in their car, I think, oh my gosh, they have an entire life that I don't even know about. When I get to talk with people, sometime if you have any elderly people in your life, just sit down and let them tell you stories. It's one of my absolute favorite things to do. I'll tell you. I'll tell you a story about my grandmother. So my grandmother, Eva, which side note, pretty epic. My younger brother is getting ready to have a child, and they are naming her Eva Ann, which is after both of our grandparents, and I believe my sister-in-law's grandmother as well. But they're naming her Eva, and um, I don't know if you guys have someone in your life, a grandma, or an aunt, an uncle, or grandpa, someone older maybe in your life that they're almost like this iconic character, kind of. And my grandmother was very much like that. She was iconic because of the way that she looked. She had this big white beehive hair that you could not touch. You were not allowed to touch it, which is super funny. That's a whole nother story. But she just looked this certain way, and she was a very iconic character. In fact, I drew a caricature of her, and maybe I'll have to show you guys sometimes. But I drew a caricature of her, and it looks just like her. It's so iconic. It's awesome. But anyway, so what I was going with is, these stories that they tell you. When my grandmother turned 100 years old, I had her come out to my school, and one of the great things about that was my students got to ask her questions, because not everybody can say they've met somebody who's lived 100 years. And so they got to ask questions. One of the questions that a certain student asked was, "What is your favorite book?" And my grandmother said that it was her diary. And my aunt, who had brought her out, said that had never heard of Grandma having a diary. So I asked Grandma, I said, "Well, Grandma," I said, "well, where's your diary at?" And she said, I burn it. And I said, "Grandma, why?" And I thought I was going to be funny. And I said, "Grandma, why'd you burn it? Was there something bad in it that you didn't want people to know? Or was there something bad in it? Did you do something wrong?" And she said, "You'll never know." And, it's just those funny little things that, I don't know, that just make people, that just make people special. That just make the fact that, again, that you have a different story than me makes you awesome, makes you special. It makes me intrigued to get to know you. The fact that that when certain people are put in other people's lives, their lives can change completely. That completely happens. And I'm not talking about, puppy love, 7th grade puppy love. Oh, she was in my life and now she's out, and changed my life forever, that type of thing. But, my wife coming in my life, she changed my life forever. My path and the place that I was headed was drastically changed because of me meeting somebody and marrying them, and us now, our paths intertwined. And it's awesome because there's so many people out there with different stories like that. There's people that have lived in, maybe a certain state or a certain place, for 40, 50 years, and they pack everything up and they're gone and they move to another place. I had a buddy that I used to work with. He lived in Ohio his entire life, and now him and his wife live in Hawaii. And so there's multiple stories. I want to know your story. And I want to help you build your story. I want to help you become the greatest you that you can be. Because you're unique. There's nobody like you. There's truly, truly not. So nobody's got on yet. And I don't think they were supposed to. I don't think tonight was supposed to be a fun. It was a little fun, but I don't think tonight was supposed to be just a fun live session. I believe that tonight was meant for a couple of people out there. I believe that some of you who will see this, it might be now, it might be tomorrow, it might be next week, it could be 5 years from now. But just know that this video was made for you. Just know that you were supposed to hear tonight that you are loved, that you are cared for, that you are special, that you are unique. If you need to talk, if you need to reach out, I'd love to listen. Again, I thank you so much for listening to me tonight or tomorrow or next week or whatever it is. I didn't drop my special news tonight because it's not supposed to be about me. I didn't play guitar because, again, it's not supposed to be about me. If any of you want to see that, we can do that another time. Tonight is about you. So I'm going to ask you that whenever you watch this, when you get done, just take 5 minutes right now when this video is ended. Just take 5 minutes for you. Laugh for 5 minutes. Cry for 5 minutes. Go punch your pillow for 5 minutes. Write in your journal. Sketch in your sketchbook. Sing at the top of your lungs. But do it for you. And know, just know that you are the only you that's out there. And to me, that's pretty special. I love all you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Courtney Morse. This is Just Takes 5. And peace.